If anyone can think, why it is called king among all fruits? Just try.
Many people like it, just like a king.
Just like a?
Just like we have a king. Most of the people like him.
Okay. Yes, so there are many fan followers for mango. Many people like mangoes. Yeah, that's a very good reason. In fact, mangoes at every stage of its existence, it has a utility. Not that you can relish a mango only when it is fully ripened. Even when it is unripe, you can still utilize it. How many of you have eaten unripe mangoes? See? So unripe mangoes, how do you eat? With salt and some chili masala spices, and it tastes very nice, right? We all are getting already, water. Our tongues are watering now, right now. Those who have experienced this. And also, there are varieties of delicacies that are also prepared using mangoes, right? What are some of the delicacies? How many of you have eaten murabba? Mango murabba? Right? How many of you have eaten, there's a very interesting recipe, mango papad. How many of you have eaten mango papad? I think in Gujarat it is made, am I right? Or in Maharashtra, I think it is more famous. They dry the mango, right? And they use it throughout the year. So someone said mango has this limitation that it is seasonal, right? But through this mango papad, you can preserve mango. Even mango pickles, you preserve mango throughout the year and you relish. Every meal, how many of you like mango pickles? Oh. So how many of your mothers have prepared mango pickles and sent to IISc with you? Oh, so there's one person. Okay, yours also. What's your name? Vinay. Vinay and Kaushik, your homemade माँ के हाथों से बनाया हुआ pickle you're eating every day, once in a while. Vinay also. Very nice. Good. What about others? You all order it on Zomato, right? Yeah.
In Odisha there is a dish called ambala.
Huh.
It's made by drying the mango.
Okay.
So we take its seed and cut it in half.
Okay.
And then it is dried and it is kept with some salts and some other spices.
Okay.
And then it is dried and eaten. It can be eaten for many years after that.
Wonderful. Is it similar to aam papad?
It's actually sour.
Okay. It is also sour only. Okay. Very similar. The way you described the recipe. What's your name? Siddharth is a great fan of mangoes, I guess. Right? Okay. This year, how many mangoes you had? Countless.
Every week I have 2, 3.
Every week, 2, 3. Anyone had daily mangoes? Oh, daily. Wonderful. What's your name? Nirmal. So Nirmal is a hardcore mango lover. So this mango season, every day you are having at least one mango, is it? Maybe more than one. Where do you get it from? Here only, Sarvam Complex. Okay. Okay, very nice. So mangoes have wide varieties of utility. We like mangoes so much so that we want to preserve it and enjoy it throughout the year. And mangoes are, they have, in every stage of their existence, mangoes find some fans. And it is a combination. So what are the tastes present in mango? It is sour, it is sweet, and when it is unripe, it is a little bitter also, tangy, right? Chakpata, right? So that means there are different tastes, different aspects to mango. Just like a person may have different kinds of emotions at different instances in life. So mangoes also are multi, what do you call it? dimensional, you can say that way. Okay, so all of you are a great fan of mangoes, there's no doubt about it. But today we are going to learn some life lessons from mango. Because here in Transdimensions Club, we always understand what we can learn from things around us, which we can implement in our daily lives, make our lives better. So let us try to understand some life lessons from a mango. First of all, a mango tree. How many of you seen mango tree in IISc campus? Yeah, there are many mango trees. Now, when you see a mango tree filled with lot of mangoes, how does it look? How does it look? It looks very tempting. So any passerby wants to throw a stone at it. And so that he gets a mango freely, directly from nature. Right? So when you throw a stone at a mango tree, what do you get back in return? Will the mango tree throw a stone back at you? No. What does it give? Of course, if you are lucky and if you reach the target, you will get a sweet mango. Right? How many of you know Tulasi Das? Tulasi Das. Right? He's called Goswami Tulasi Das. He has written Ramcharitmanas, the entire Ramayana. He has written in Avadhi Bhasha, which is a dialect of Hindi. And Tulasi Das says, Tulasi Santa Suamba Taru Phool Phalahi Parahet Itate Ye Pahan Hanat Utate Phalave Date. So Tulasi Das says, this behavior of a mango tree, that you throw a stone and in return it gives you a sweet mango fruit. This behavior of a mango tree resembles a santa. Santa means a saintly person. What does a saintly person do? Even if you hurl stones at him, he will not become agitated. He will actually give you sweet words of wisdom, which can actually help and enrich your life. So by seeing a mango tree, we should learn this important behavior. We should not get agitated by the words of others. May I request all of you to please come front. Yes, so that the new students who come, they can all. Thank you so much. So what is the first lesson from the mango tree? When people throw stones at you, what are the stones means what? It's not literally they throw stones at you. They speak something which is disturbing you. You are not, a lot of people criticize, pass comments for no reason. And that time, if you are a saintly person, what you should be actually doing? You should not give back those words to them. In fact, you should have such a resilience that you will be unaffected by their words, and in fact you should think how to do good to them. This should be the ideal behavior. If we are always thinking how to do good for others, we also attract goodness in our life. If our mind is always calculating, oh, they did some inconvenience to me, how to give that back to them? That means we have vengeance in our heart, grudging mentality. So then our consciousness will be so negative. So we should learn from this mango tree. People may throw stones at you, they may agitate you, but you don't behave the same. You give something good to enrich their lives, like a mango tree. Another interesting lesson. Have you seen a mango tree which is full of fruits? Have you seen? Full of fruits. How many of you have seen? Really, I'm not saying YouTube videos or Instagram or AI. Real ones. Oh, wonderful. So how does it look? The branches, how do they look when it's bent down, isn't it? It's bent down because of the weight of the mangoes. Correct? So this is another important lesson. A person who is actually filled with wisdom, filled with spiritual knowledge, he is humble. He bows down. Whereas a person who is empty, he is always standing straight. Right? Vidya dadati vinayam, it is said. The direct result of Vidya. Vidya means real knowledge. If a person has real knowledge, that can be seen in that person's behavior of how humble and respectful he is towards others. A person who is always too proud of himself, he may be decorated with multiple degrees, doctorates, but such a person is of no value to the human society because he's too much about himself. He's always finding an opportunity how to promote myself more and more. I should be tall, standing tall, right? I want to be above others. That means actually he's not become mature. He's not become mature. A person who is mature with real knowledge, he is very humble, respectful. So this is a very important lesson we should learn. So we all have come to Indian Institute of Science to do a PhD, to do a MTech, or to do some course here. We have come. But when are we becoming truly knowledgeable? In the sense, have we developed this quality called humility? Humility means what? One simple definition of humility is not being too eager to get respect from others, but being ready to offer respects to others. That is humility. Right? Not to be proud. That is a symptom of real knowledge. This Lord Krishna mentions in the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gives a list of certain 18 qualities by which we can check for ourselves, do I have knowledge or not? Knowledge can be checked by these 18 symptoms, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. One of them is humility. The first one is humility. Right? That is the first lesson. Now next, let us see another lesson from a mango. You see, a mango seed. You all have seen mango seed, right? After eating mango, what do? We throw the seed. It's of no use for me. But actually, that single mango seed which we discard, if it is sown properly and watered, it will germinate into a plant, eventually into a big tree, which can give hundreds of mangoes. That means one seed is capable of producing hundreds and thousands of mangoes. What is the lesson we can learn from this? The lesson, very beautiful lesson has been explained in the scriptures. We also sow many seeds into our mind every day. Where do we get these seeds from? Where do we get the seeds? We get from so many channels. We get, right? You watch an Instagram reel. One seed has gone inside. Somebody spoke to you something. One seed went inside. Correct? There are so many seeds. Just like all of you had one seed sown in your heart that I want to do a course. I want to do something in research field. Therefore you have landed up here. Yes or no? Is it by chance that you landed up here? Anyone by chance? Someone may say, yeah, by chance I came. Anyone like that? Yes, no. Some people are smiling, I don't know why. Maybe they'll have some adventurous stories to share. But of course, somewhere that desire is like the seed. Desire is the seed. Correct? And then when proper watering is done, That means you follow the right process. Yes, I have a desire to do something in science field. Okay, which is the institute? Which are the exams? How to get into this institute? We start planning, that's called watering. Correct? And then eventually that seed will germinate and it will start producing flowers, fruits and all of that. Like you are all here. Isn't it? So in the same way, there are many seeds which we are receiving and we are sowing in our heart. In the scriptures it is said, there is one seed which is very, very rare. Rarely a person gets that seed. And that's the seed of bhakti. The seed of bhakti, if we are fortunate, by the mercy of Krishna, by the mercy of God, we receive that seed. And then when we receive how do we receive the seed? We receive the seed from a guru. From a bona fide guru. We receive that seed and not everybody gets this seed. It's very rare. And if one can sow the seed in his heart and every day water that seed. How to water it? There are two processes recommended to water. Just like you may have the best quality mango seed, right? But if you sow it in the ground, the soil is also fertile. But if you don't water it on a regular basis, what will happen? What might happen? It will not germinate, it will not grow into a sapling, it will not further develop, isn't it? So, and also one more important thing, apart from watering, you need to also protect that seed. Some animal might come and eat away, dig the earth, take away the seed and go away. You need to protect also, safeguard. So two things are important. When we receive this bhakti seed, we need to water every day through the process called Shravanam Kirtanam. We have to hear about bhakti, hear about how to make spiritual progress. This hearing process is like pouring water. And second thing is Kirtanam, chanting the holy names of God. When you chant the names of God, you are watering the seed that you have received, you have sown in your heart. And it is a fact for every kind of desire. When we keep hearing more about that, we develop in that field. Correct, no? Suppose somebody wants to become an actor in the Bollywood industry. Right? Anyone? Born actor here? Anyone desires to be an actor? Nobody. Let's say somebody has a desire to become an actor, join Bollywood. So he keeps hearing from different sources. Correct? How to become an actor, how to get into Bollywood. Oh, maybe I should go to this acting school. Maybe I should go there, I should get trained. So that means he keeps hearing more and more. That's called Shravanam. So when you hear more, you will get a lot of information. How to make progress in that field. Isn't it? So same thing applies in bhakti also. In spiritual life also, if we want to make progress in spirituality, we have to hear about God more and more. We have to hear from the Bhagavad Gita, the instructions that God has given us. When you do this hearing more and more, your faith will increase and you will make progress in bhakti. Now, why should I make progress in bhakti? Somebody may say. Right? You know, how many of you heard about ISKCON? All of us have heard. How many of you heard about what is ISKCON means? International Society for Krishna Consciousness. How many of you visited the temple nearby? ISKCON temple? All of you have visited. Most of you have visited. Very nice. So, who is the founder of this ISKCON? How many of you heard? How many of you know about the founder? Okay, some of us know. So ISKCON Society was founded in the year 1965 by a person called Srila Prabhupada. Swami Prabhupada he's called. and he is the 32nd Acharya in the Brahma Sampradaya, Parampara system. And he tried to share this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in India. And in India, people were very busy imitating the Westerners. So he thought somehow Indians are no more interested in Bhagavad Gita which was spoken in India. So he thought, let me go to US. Let me go to the West. Maybe they will be able to appreciate and accept this. So he went. So in his advanced age of 69 years, he was 69 years old. So he took up a journey, a voyage, or through a cargo ship he traveled. And during the journey, he suffered 2 heart attacks. But he was unstoppable. He said, I have to go to the West. So he went to the West and he spoke to the young Americans there. They were all called hippies. 1960s, hippies. They were into drug addiction and all of that. So Swami Prabhupada spoke to them about the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Shravanam, and then Kirtanam. Prabhupada also made them chant this mantra called Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Just by these 2 processes, they were able to change their habits. They became perfect gentlemen. They gave up the US government had spent a lot of money, billions of dollars, to bring these hippies out of drug addiction. But they were not successful. But the Indian Swami, he travels across the ocean, gives them this Maha Mantra and makes them hear about Bhagavad Gita, and gradually they develop a higher taste by which they were able to give up the lower taste. See, in life, if you want to make progress towards higher things, only when we develop higher kind of desires, higher kinds of aspirations, when we have higher goals, then we can give up lower things in life. If we are not progressive in this mode, I have to do something better. I have to be a better person. I have to have better habits. I have to have better speaking skills. Or I have to have better life skills. Unless we are always thinking of how to become better and better, we cannot give up bad things. Right? So, many of us, many a times, we may be struggling with some habits we want to give up. But unless you experience higher taste, it is not possible to give up lower taste. This is what Lord Krishna says in the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Krishna says, only when you experience higher rasa, higher taste, then only lower taste you can give up. So Prabhupada practically demonstrated this. So those people practically, they had not heard about Krishna, they had not heard about Bhagavad Gita. First time they were hearing about Krishna, about Bhagavad Gita, about the holy names of Krishna, but because they heard from a pure devotee, there was an impact, and they accepted this process of chanting. They were able to give up their bad habits and addictions. So why this bhakti is important in our life? If we are not devoted to a higher cause, we may get lost in so many lower things in life. And human life is such a valuable gift given to us by God. You know why human life is given to us? Anyone has any idea? There are so many species of life. We could have been born in as any other species, as a microbe, or as a monkey, or as a dog, or a cat, or many forms of life exist. As an algae, we could have been born in any of those life forms. But why this human form of life is so special? Why have we been given this human life by nature, by God? Any idea? Huh? Brahma Sakshatkara. Very nice. What's your name? Anirban. What do you mean by that? Very nice. Let's give a big round of applause. It is said, Athato Brahma Jijnasa. Jijnasa is the first step, then Sakshatkara later. So we have to become inquisitive about things above our bodily needs, beyond our bodily needs. Every day we are only worried about how to take care of the body and the mind. But there is something beyond that. And only in this human life we can think about it. We can inquire about it. Suppose if I call a set of 50 rabbits and I make them sit here, and then all of you come here for this session, we are going to talk about life lessons from mango. Will all the rabbits be able to sit? Even if we give them some grass and make them sit there, or some radish or carrot, they'll be munching, and will they be able to make sense of what we are discussing? Not possible. That means that advanced consciousness is not present in other species of life. In human life it is present. That is why it is said, Athato Brahma Jijnasa. Now that you have got a human body, you should think about the higher reality, the spiritual reality. And to guide us, Lord Krishna has spoken the Bhagavad Gita. How many of you have read Bhagavad Gita? Anirban has read. 1, 2. How many of you only seen Bhagavad Gita? Only seen. Where have you seen? In some bookstore or something? Online? How many of you touched Bhagavad Gita? Where have you touched? In some court? मैं जो को ही कहूँगा सच ही कहूँगा सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा. Anybody took an oath like that? You only touched. Some people only saw. Some people only heard. Some people only touched. Only few people have dared to open the book and read. Actually, if you can read every day one page, our life will be something different. You experience a higher taste. Okay, coming back to the mango. So, another lesson we learn from the mango is, suppose I give you an unripe mango. We had a mango eating challenge, right? Before this. Instead of ripe mangoes, if we had kept unripe mangoes, would it be easy to eat? First of all, it would be very hard. Suppose somebody has diamond-like sharp teeth. He's managing to bite it. But there's one more important thing. What is that? The taste. So sour. It's not, you can't relish it. You can't eat it. Isn't it? So, what you need to do? What you need to do for that unripe mango to become ripe mango? What should you do? Yeah, you have to wait patiently. And in some time it will transform, it will ripen, and the same mango which was not delicious, which was sour, now it will start tasting sweet. Isn't it? Now, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Just like mangoes, we discussed they are king among fruits. In the same way, among the all knowledge that exists, Vidya, Raja Vidya, the king among all wisdom is the spiritual wisdom. Krishna says in the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So, among all the knowledge, the king among knowledge is what? The spiritual knowledge that is spoken in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, you may start reading Bhagavad Gita. First few pages you are reading, nothing is going into the head, or you're not able to understand what it is. Correct? But if you patiently follow the process of bhakti and continue to read, that same Bhagavad Gita you will start relishing. In the beginning you may feel, oh, it is all going above my head. Right? Nothing is going into my head, it's all going above my head. Correct? But if you follow the right process and you continue to endeavor, every day just 5 minutes if you read Bhagavad Gita. You may not understand in the first attempt. First few days, first few weeks you may not understand anything. But if you follow the right process and patiently follow that process, just like the unripe mango ripens and it becomes sweet and delicious, like that you will start relishing. Everything will start making sense for you. Everything will start falling in place. So the Bhagavad Gita is the user manual for life to actually ripen us. So that we become mature. So that we relish the real thing in life. And just like a mango, there is a saying, right? In Sanskrit it says, Paropakarartham idham shariram. This human life is actually meant for paropakar. What is paropakar means? Have you heard this word, paropakar? What does it mean? To help others. To do good for others. It's not that, just like mango tree, it's producing mangoes, it's not eating itself. It's sharing with others. Anybody can have. In the same way, whatever wisdom we have gathered in our lives, whatever wealth we earn in our lives, whatever talents and abilities we have, all of them should be utilized for the betterment of others. Then we can say human life is successful, our life is successful. But to help others, we need to have inner strength. We need to have self-control. We need to be humble. We need to have right wisdom. And for that, we need to study the Bhagavad Gita. So I would recommend all of you 2 things. Just 2 things on a daily basis if you could do. It will be, you will thank yourself 5 years down the line. One is, read Bhagavad Gita every day. At least 1 page. Okay? Second is, chant the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you do this, what is happening? You are actually coming in direct touch with Krishna. When you chant Krishna's name, it is said, Kali Kale Krishna Namarup Avatar. In Kali Yuga, Krishna has incarnated in the form of his Nama. That is why this chanting of the Lord's name is the most recommended process in this present age. So therefore, we can attain self-control, maturity, wisdom, humility, all of this just by this process of chanting the holy names. And I gave the example of how this mantra transformed the hippies of America, and they all became free from their addictions. It can happen to all of us also. We can reach higher levels of happiness in our life by taking to this process. So how many of you would like to explore these 2 things? Wonderful. So we invite you to attend our sessions in the Transdimensions Club. I visit the campus every Friday, and we have discussions on Bhagavad Gita and many other wonderful wisdom from the Vedic literature. And on Saturdays also we have sessions here in this place. So please do come and explore the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which is presented without any duplicity. It is presented as it is, so that it can improve your lives, it can enrich your lives. So the final lesson from our mango, whatever we learned, is paropakara, helping others. But before that, we need to water the seed, only then we can grow and become strong within. And that watering process is called Shravanam and Kirtanam. We all did Shravanam now, right? We heard something from Bhagavad Gita. And now we will do Kirtanam. Kirtanam is chanting the Lord's names. I request the volunteers to distribute the meditation beads to everybody. We will do this for the next 10 minutes. So while the beads are being distributed, I request if anyone has any questions, any comments, please feel free to share. You can speak. You can ask your questions, or you have any comments, you can share. Please.
I have one question. You mentioned higher taste.
Higher taste.
Can you elaborate more on that? How people feel about experience, how the thought process works?
Good. What's your name? Shubhankar. Okay, nice. I'll give you an example which we can relate in our daily lives for higher taste. Very good question. Shubhankar, in your childhood, were you playing with toys? What kind of toys did you have? Toy cars. Generally, boys have cars. I also had a good collection of cars, toy cars. And then anything else you had? Okay, let's say toy cars. You had many of them? Huh?
Yes,
Some of them you had. Now, whenever let's say a child of your age would visit your house, with great pride you will show your collection, isn't it? See, I have these many cars, right? And you would spend a lot of time playing with those cars. It would really give you a lot of happiness. Now, at this point of time, what happened to all those toy cars? And what happened to your attachment to those toy cars? Are you still feeling proud about your toy cars now? Why?
Because that attachment is gone.
Why? It's a question, why?
Because we have grown up.
You're grown up means something has happened. What is that which has happened? You say, I have grown up. Is it just a physical process of growing up because of which you have no more taking pride in those toy cars? Or something else has happened internally?
Yeah, something.
What happened internally? Huh?
Goals have changed.
Our goals have changed. Okay? That means we have understood that, okay, having toy car is nice, but this toy car in real world, it is not going to help me in any way. In this toy car, can I go from here to another place? That means in real life, I have understood that it is not helping me in real life. Therefore, now I am planning to get a real car. See the shift that has happened. Once upon a time, the same person I was taking proud. I was taking pride in my collection of toy cars, but now I don't, because now I understand that it is not going to help me in real life. This is called growing up. So now you have got a higher taste. No one told you that you should not anymore have toy cars. Did anyone tell you? On your own, chut gaya. Because once you realize, इसमें कुछ नहीं है, अब तो असली वाला कार चाहिए, है ना? When you understood that, automatically you give up your lower taste. That's an example I gave. So when you experience something higher and it thrills you, yes, this if I have, this will make my life more happy, satisfied. So automatically your actions, your goals, your thinking is all directed towards that higher thing, and automatically you give up your lower attachments. This happens to everybody, but Lord Krishna says this has to happen, a transition from material attachments to spiritual attachment. That has to happen. Then you can realize the full potential of human life. Right? This continuously we keep doing this. We give up lower things and keep going for higher things. It's very normal for us. But Krishna says, you have to come to the spiritual understanding with the help of knowledge that I am giving in this Bhagavad Gita. Then you can experience the full potential of human life. So for that we need to study the Bhagavad Gita with the help of devotees and understand it properly, apply it in our lives. Then you will realize higher days. Okay? Thank you. Very good question. Okay, now we will practice this mantra meditation. I hope everyone got these beads. Okay, how to hold the beads in your, you have to hold the beads in your right hand in this way. Rest the beads on the middle finger of your right hand. We don't use this finger because this symbolizes ego. I have done, you have done, we say, right? So we keep this ego out when we are trying to connect with Krishna. So we just use the middle finger and the thumb like this. Okay, this is the way to hold the beads. Now this is called the head bead, the reference bead that is here in the center with a thread, bunch of threads. We don't chant on that bead, we go to the immediate next bead after that. So that's the first bead, we chant on that. So on each bead we chant the complete mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then move the bead towards you, go to the second bead and repeat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like this on each bead we need to chant the Maha Mantra fully. Now few things to keep in mind. This is not silent meditation process. We need to chant the mantra a bit louder so that we hear. That's called Kirtan, to glorify the Lord, to chant His names so that we can hear. Okay? Second thing is, when your mind goes there and here, you have to make an attempt to bring the mind back on the sound. Okay? That's a very important thing. Mind wanderings will be there. Mind will go there and here. But you have to bring the mind back on the sound by chanting a little louder so that the mind again comes back on track. Initially the number of mind wanderings will be more, but as you keep practicing, mind will always listen to you. It will come on track. This is the simple process of mantra meditation. Yes, you had something?
Why the number of beats are 108?
Okay. So 108 is having spiritual significance. For example, there are 108 principal Upanishads. So Upanishad means the knowledge which brings us closer to the spiritual reality. So when you chant 108 times, it means you are following the instructions of all the 108 Upanishads. That means what you will realize after studying 108 Upanishads, that you can realize simply by chanting the holy name. That is the meaning of this. And of course there are many more significant reasons, but this is, as of now, this is enough. Right? So, how many of you are getting late? You have something to do after this? So you don't have, I hope no one has any important things to do after this, right? So don't worry about anything. For the next 10 minutes, keep all worries aside. Simply focus on the sound. Chant and hear. And if you do it nicely, you will experience something very, very special. You will experience inner calmness. Now, at the end of 10 minutes, you can realize that. Okay? But you have to be sincere, chant and hear. And when the mind goes there and here, bring the mind back on the sound. So you don't have to worry that your mess will get closed, because we have arranged dinner feast prasadam for all of you from the temple. So don't have to worry. So after this, we will be having a short Aarti, and after the Aarti, we will have the dinner served. Is it okay? So don't have to worry, don't think about anything else. Just chant and hear. Okay? Are you all ready? Okay. So there is an invocation prayer. So I will tell you, please repeat after me. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay. You need not close your eyes for this. Okay. And keep your hands down. Otherwise, you'll get hand pain. At the end of 10 minutes, you'll, instead of being calm, what happens? I got hand pain, I got neck pain. So, just chant and hear. Okay? Shall we start? Together we will do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,